guys, this is Riri the Tarot Reader, and today we are going to be focusing on the Libra love journey. So anyone who feels very connected to the Libra sign, is asking about a Libra native's love path, is welcome to tune into this reading. So we have 4 different decks, and to help you choose, I put 4 different colors. Pile 1 is the white thread, pile 2 is gray, pile 3 is blue, and pile 4 is purple. So this is a general love reading for any Libra native. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to get started, and then we will start with pile 1. Okay, pile 1, this is your reading. So you have the 9 of Cups, the Chariot, the Empress, 10 of Wands, and Ace of Swords. So let's start off with the 9 of Cups. I see this as the person that represents your significant other, the person who you will end up with. This is your person. So the 9 of Cups is a water sign. It is actually Cancer, but just keep that in mind, more so on the water sign. I see a lot of abundance. This person is a very abundant person. He or she must be successful. The 9 of Cups is always like, success. They're looking back. They might be very prominent figure, maybe more public, more in a sense that they are recognized for their talents and stuff. I always think of the 9 of Cups, the person there kind of looks like an artist to me. So maybe a entertainer, influencer, artist, but someone who is recognized for their works. So that is the person. Keep your eye out on any water signs, but of course it may just be an aspect. And then we're seeing their journey to their love path to you. So how they're going to come to you is the Chariot, which is also another water sign. So this is Pisces. And what I sense is that they will come very balanced. Like when you see them, you will see them like, okay, they're there. They're assertive. However, they're also balanced. Like they're not just overwhelming you with a aggressive energy. They're coming in assertive, but also in a very balanced manner. I sense that they'll have a good grip on things in life, and they will be very stable. So then, from your side, we have the Ace of Swords, which is an air sign card again. And the Ace of Swords shows abundance, so you are overall a very prosperous, strong person. And I can sense like you might be a bit independent, because I always assume Ace of Swords, especially Swords energy, is a very warrior-like energy, very independent. And so you might be very independent, but you do have love. You do need that love. You are a strong character, and you need that kind of strong relationship that is it does require independence, but it also is that you guys are just like a power couple in general. Your journey to love so what you're going to do is you will have to work for it. It's not going to like come super easily. You're going to have to put some effort. And that's what I assume the 10 of Wands is always like, you have to work for it, but at the end you will achieve success. It's like, yes, he's doing all this, but he's going into like this place, if you can see in the, like, it's like, to me, I assume that's a castle or a fortress, which is like overall abundance. But there is a work to it. It's not just going to come like easily, which is good, because I think then you'll appreciate it more. And that will make you stronger. And overall, you will get the Empress. For your overall love path is the Empress. So it is success. And it does show that you're in the right place with this connection. Because the Empress is a Libra destiny card. And she's also a strong character, which makes me think that this relationship is a very strong, high power love path. Like, you guys might be a bit like in everybody's faces, which is a good thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing in your case, because that's how you guys will work. And he or she will balance you out, because I think because you have air and fire here, the water can kind of mitigate the fire here, which I think will make things easier for you. And then you'll be like enjoying the abundance. Like, I kind of see those as berries and grapes. And grapes are always a sign of like abundance, joy. So you will overall have a really good love path. And I think that this will work out very well in your love path. Just remember, even though sometimes it might seem hard and burdensome, you are going to have a great love, and they're coming. But you're just going to have to put effort in to the relationship. You can't just, like, expect everything to be easy. Like, there may be fights, there may be issues, but you have to still think at the end of the day. Like, don't stay in a bad relationship, but think, is there work that can be put into this? Is this worth the work? And if it is, go through with it. Put the work in. So yeah, that's my overall reading for pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoy. Like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram. It is tarot_by Riri. I will link everything in the description. Thank you. Okay, so for pile number 2, this is your cards. So we have the 7 of Cups, and then we have the 7 of Swords. Then we have the Devil card in the middle, and we have the 2 of Pentacles, and then we have the 4 of Swords. So, I would say if you're asking about some love connection, this isn't it. Like, I think this connection, maybe obviously there's always free will. There's always a way for you to make things happen. You don't have to take everything as black and white, but I think that you would be better off not in this connection. So what I'm sensing is from both sides, there's there's fighting here. There is, I assume this as like, just like you're kind of in this place where you feel very like overwhelmed by all the aggressive energy. And the 7 of Cups, I consider like falling into like temptations with illusions, or there's a lot of illusions and a lot of like bad temptations. And overall, like the Devil card like can be looked at as Capricorn, which might make you realize that you need to stabilize. This is an Earth card. So I would assume there needs to be like, there's no stability in this card, and overall this connection is not stable. So let's get more into it. So this is what I'm assuming is him. In the previous reading I did it differently, but this is the person who either you're thinking about, or overall this person may come in later on. It's not saying that you don't have a love. I'm just saying currently I think this is what's really affecting you. So this person here, you can tell he's like fighting, and he's having this like, this is fire energy, so maybe he's a fire sign, but there's a lot of aggressive energy with this card, especially because he's fighting, and he seems like upset, and he's angry. And if you know, like maybe he's fighting with himself, he's fighting internally, but overall like he's not having a good time. And then we have this connection, like the way he or she has come into this connection with you is the 7 of Cups, which I read as temptation. It's a big temptation card to me. As you see, like, all of these cups, but they're not good. Like, the person in the card thinks these are good for him, but if you see there's snakes, there's illusions, and overall the connection is just not meant to be. So maybe it looked shiny, but the connection was not meant to be. Initially, it looked good, but it's all an illusion. It's illusionary. And then from your side, I see that this would be you. This is kind of, to me, that you might have been struggling with, like, a lot of hard things, and you're kind of, like, in a place where you're, like, tired out, you're stressed out, you feel like there's a lot of things over you, hence the Three of Swords, and you might be tired out from a lot of aggression happening, just in general with your life, or maybe from this connection. And the way you kind of entered this connection was, I read the Two of Pentacles as, so there's folly, but there was, like, I read it as a folly card. And I see that, like, this is a earth sign, like, maybe you thought this connection was stable, but you see you're juggling things, and it's, like, really hard. And maybe there is a way for you and this person to work out, but I think right now you have to first maybe ground yourself before you get into this connection. The Devil card, I don't want you to, like, be scared off of the Devil card, because I know a lot of people assume that's a bad card. Basically, what I see it as is that there's just no grounding. Like, right now, this is Capricorn, is the Devil card, and Capricorn represents stability and frugality, and I think it's trying to say there is no stability or frugality here. And that's why I think this connection needs to maybe stabilize in order to, there needs to be less fighting, and, like, there's so much conflicting energy, like fire, water, earth, air, it's just so much conflict, and I think there needs to be a stability, and for things to progress or anything, you guys have to either work on yourselves and work on being in a place where you're stable and you're out of this or this. And you have to enter this relationship, like, with realistic expectations. Like, you can't just think, oh, it can't just be pretty on the outside, and it can't just be like, I think this is stable, but I'm juggling things and I'm not ready. So this is overall my reading for pile number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped you. Please like and subscribe to my video. And follow me on Instagram at Riri_Tara. Thank you, guys. These are your cards. So, I know the Nine of Swords here is kind of intimidating, but here's the feeling I get is that this is actually a good connection. It's just telling you that the overall journey, like, might be a bit rough, but overall, I think you two are going to work through this. So, you guys might have a tough journey together, but I do feel like, don't get intimidated. I'll pull up a clarifying card, just to be safe, that you guys will have a good journey. So let's start off. So let me get into this Devil card, because we actually got the Devil card in the last reading too. But for this one, I just get that if you look here, this is the person who is supposed to be your significant other is an earth sign. So this is Capricorn, and then this is King of Pentacles. So both earth. And so, maybe they're a little bit, I think they're just a little bit, like, overly frugal, maybe. But the way they come into this connection with you is the King of Pentacles. So they're stable. There might be some, like, headstrong attitude from this person, is what I get. A little bit, like maybe arrogance, but they're overall a good person. They're overall well-rounded. It's just that they might come off a little arrogant. And then, from your side, we see the Page of Wands. And then we see Page of Swords. So, that's interesting that you got Page of Swords and they got very strong cards. So, I feel like maybe you're more passive. And you're more willing to learn things and compromise. Because you're in this learning stage. which is, I think the Page of Wands and Page of Swords might symbolize, like, maybe you're going into education and you're meeting this person who's maybe already at the height of their career, but you're still in your career. And so the overall reading, like the overall connection for this card is Nine of Swords. But I think I'm going to pull up a clarifying card. So give me 1 second. And see, like, if this is just the beginning part where it might be stressful, but I feel like it would end up being better. So let us see. So we get this. So we get the sorry, I lost my card when I was like digging through. So we actually got the Chariot card here. And so I think basically is like in this Chariot, which is different from the first Chariot I got, I kind of see him like taming this dark side. So I feel like at first your love path might be like, whoa, this is a lot. I'm really stressed out. But you'll come to get rid of that, and then you'll be flying in the sky, and this connection will be really like good for you. You just have to get rid of that, like, you're gonna tame this part of it, and then you'll be, like, flying through the air and having a good time. And yeah, so this is what I get. You could, like, try to maybe, if you're asking about someone, there's a chance it can also not work, but just keep in mind that I think it's that you guys have to overcome this part of it, overcome this, and make it work, and try to balance out each other and balance out the bad parts of the relationship. But if, after all, you are a Libra and you strive for balance, so maybe this might bother you because there's a lot of, like, just high power and it's not balanced. But maybe if you can figure out a way to balance him out, or her out, it could work. Or balance the relationship out. Maybe they don't need to be balanced. Maybe it's just the relationship that needs to be more balanced. Or you guys need to come into a place where you're on more equal terms. But yeah, that's overall my reading. Thank you, Pile 3, for joining. Oh, this was your string color, by the way. It's blue. I hope you liked this reading, and I hope it helped you. If you please like and subscribe, and if you could also follow my Instagram, Tarot_by Riri. I'll link it in the description. Thank you. Pile number 4, these are your cards for this reading. So we have, this is such a great connection. If you're asking about someone, this is a good connection. The sun, this is like brightness. This is really good. So let's start off. So this is their side and this is your side. So this is, so he is possibly an air. Could be Aquarius because Six of Swords is Aquarius. And so he's kind of like might be a little bit of a tough guy, independent. A lot of independence in the Libra sign. So I kind of see with air, you get a lot of independence, and you actually are, I think, a very sociable person. So you guys kind of balance each other out because you're like surrounded by people, and he's kind of like sometimes like doesn't know how to handle being around people, but you guys will kind of balance each other out in that way, which is kind of nice. Like, you won't, like, maybe, I don't see disagreements too much about it. I just see that you'll both kind of have this equalizing relationship. And the interesting part is the way you come together matches. So here is, like, your way of getting into this relationship is a Queen of Wands. So you're successful. You're powerful, too. Like, oh, I don't know. My Libras here are all powerful cards. And so, you know, you have the sunflowers. Maybe I see so much like maybe summertime is like the time of your love season. Because, like, even though, like, cups and swords are, like, this is more fall and this is more, like, spring, like, summertime is here. Like, the sun, the wands, the fire here. This is, like, I sense so much, like, the summer might be your season. Especially, you got sunflowers here, too. And the way you're entering this relationship is with such strength, with, like, you've got a handle on things. You've got power in this relationship. And he's writing this out. Like, he or she is writing this out. Like, they're happy. They're in a good place coming towards you, you know? I think you'll actually even end up bringing, like, more things into their life. So they will be happy. Like, you're the queen and you're giving them some, like, success. And this is the, so this is a 6 of Wands. So it's a fire sign. There's a lot of fire energy, but I think more so he's probably an air native. He or she. But yeah, it's, oof. I really love this drawing. Like, this is my favorite one so far. And just the sun, like, this is, like, look at how happy she is. She is having a good time. And the sunflowers. So I really feel like this connection is super good. But yeah, you guys, the way I think he'll come into your life, he or she, because you're sitting here and they're moving towards you. So I think, like, you can just sit there and rest, because this person's coming and they will bring the sun to you. Like, they are the sun and you're this person and you're holding on to that. So this is a great pile. I love this. So yeah, if you're asking about a person, this is it. And even though they might seem testy, they're going to come to you and they're going to give you everything. And you're going to give them everything. It's, like, equally mutual. Like, it's not going to be one-sided. You both are going to be so caring and giving. And, like, I think he'll be very loyal to you, because that's just what I sense from these cards. Is he's more loyal to you. And, like, of course you're going to be loyal to him too, but or her. But I feel like more so with these, you will bring, like, a lot more, like, more joy into his life, like, smiles, the sun, and he's gonna bring you loyalty. And oh, this is such a lovely card. I love this so much for you guys. So yeah, if you're asking about a specific person, I would say this is a good connection. You've got it. But yeah, okay. So thank you for paying attention to this reading. I'm very happy to read for you. Please like and subscribe, and if you could follow me on my Instagram, which is Tara_by Riri. I will link it in the description. I hope all of you Libras have a nice day. Bye.